Hey everybody, thanks for watching. It's Andrew here again with another match breakdown. This time a IDPA match from 24 February 2018. I shot this match again at the 17 South Rod and Gun Club here in Southeast Georgia. I competed in stock service pistol, again using my Beretta 92. Completely stock, including the main spring. I again ran my crappy homemade Kydex holster, and this time I was running some new HSGI Taco mag pouches. Alright, so this match is particularly embarrassing, as you guys will see, so I'll go ahead and roll in the video of the match overall, let you guys check that out, and then I'll come back and break down each stage and not make excuses for what I did, but explain the lessons that I learned from those mistakes. Check it out.
Are we ready?
Yeah, lower.
Stand by. Okay. Go ahead and drop that magazine out. Clear your chamber. Loading the 4-rounder. 348. Okay. Is the shooter ready? Yep. Stand by.
I'm just not.
Green part.
Yep, use it.
Okay, if finished, unload, show clear. Okay, go ahead and hold it. 5 rounds, strong hand only. Now when you're ready. Stand by. Five rounds, emergency reload, 5 rounds.
Those are coming off.
See the time? Now when you're ready. Stand by. Okay, finished. Unload. Oh, 1 second. Never mind. Go ahead and load a 5-rounder. Yeah, you should have 5 rounds left to do the last string, right? 764. Okay. 4 to the body, 1 to the head. Stand by. Okay, unload. Show clear, drop your side, trigger and holster. 378. No. Stand by. Okay, if
Oh, fuck. I know what I did already. I'm so mad at myself.
okay,
I burned all the no shoes.
Drop. Okay, go ahead and change your magazine out. Don't clear your chamber, just clear your magazine out. Go ahead and reholster. Okay, 643. Let's move over to position 2.
Oh, this is...
Yeah, this is basically shoot them as you can. The idea is just cover what you're here, fault line you good. Give me now when ready. Stand by.
Alright, so that was pretty terrible. If you're still watching the video, thanks for hanging around. Yeah, that's hard for me to watch too. But let's go through stage by stage, and I'll try to break it down from what I see and what I take away as the shooter.
Stand by.
So the first stage, it's a two-part stage. Start off weak hand only, got to engage multiple targets. Then there's an administrative break. You re-top off the gun. And what's supposed to happen is engage two targets that are nearby with 2 rounds each. You're going to go to slide lock, conduct an emergency reload, and then engage 3 targets that are a little further away, separated by no shoots with 2 shots each, freestyle or 2 hands on the gun. I made the same mistake the shooter right before me made. I shoot the first stage, okay, correction, the first portion, okay, and then after the second portion, I just engaged the 2 near targets, hit slide lock, begin a unload and show clear procedure, and then remember, oh crap, there's still 3 more targets that need to be shot. Then I top the gun back off, get back in the fight, make good hits. Big mental error, standing around BSing instead of watching and learning from other people's mistakes, or really paying attention to the stage description and what needs to be done. So lessons to be learned there for sure. The next stage is the 5x5 classifier. There's a target at 10 yards. The first string is draw, fire 5 rounds, freestyle. The second string is strong hand only, draw, and fire 5 rounds. The third string is freestyle, draw, fire 5, reload, fire 5 more. And then the final string is draw and fire 4 to the body and 1 to the head. I think I could have improved my splits a little bit. I was shooting kind of slow, but I got okay hits, with the exception of my headshot. I pushed it out of the down 0 circle on the head to the right edge of the target, and there's no excuse for me to be pushing a single action, nice clean Beretta trigger right like that. So more dry fire practices needed. Alright, so third stage, not understanding the rules. I had 10 rounds loaded instead of 11 rounds loaded. I thought that maybe it was like USPSA where you could top off if you intended to, or if you so desired. Not so. So by loading 10 rounds instead of 10 plus 1, it forced a reload at an opportune time for me, and the RSO caught it and ended up awarding me a procedural for that. So that was 1 procedural, 3-second penalty right there that could have been avoided. Then I get over to the other side, engage the targets, and then I take a makeup shot on the mover after several seconds. So I added several seconds of time anyway, just taking the makeup shot. And then on the makeup shot, I actually touched shot the corner of the no shoot, so ended up getting a no shoot penalty. Yeah, just a lot of errors in this stage, even though it was generally a pretty fun stage. There's a lot of lessons to be learned, a lot of room for improvement. All right, 4th stage. Wow, right? So I believe I was the first shooter on this stage. And again, like earlier in the match, I was standing around BSing, talking about guns, talking about this, that, whatever. Stuff that was irrelevant to the match when I should have been paying attention. So when the buzzer goes off and I draw and start pieing around cover, all I'm thinking is headshots, right? So I'm thinking front sight, press, front sight, press. So I'm getting a good, nice, crisp front sight, bisecting the head of the target, press, 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 bang, reset, press, 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 bang, transition to the next target, and continue across left to right. Unfortunately, as I'm pressed out, my hands, or my gun, my hands, my forearms are completely obscuring the lower portions of the target. So all I can see is the tip of my front sight post and then about the top half of the head of the target. So I moved left to right, progressively shooting the shoot targets and the no shoot targets. Nice, beautiful bullseyes right in the head, in the down 0 section. By the time I make transition to the right side of cover and I make my 3rd shot into the head of a no shoot, I realize what I'm doing, and I'm sure you heard that in the video. And it was painful. retreat back to the further distance, continue shooting and engaging the targets and get decent hits from there. So just horrible, inexcusable lack of situational awareness, lack of attention to detail, everything. It was bad. The last stage, this was supposed to be a flowing, continual stage where you step up onto this moving platform, engage the first set of targets to include a steel popper to trigger a mover, shoot the mover, then run to cover on the left side of the stage and engage additional targets there. However, some participant was physically incapable of executing those movements, so the stage was amended to the iterations that you see in the video here. The draw from concealment looked good, my hits on paper were good, my hits on steel were solid. Time stops, do attack reload, move over to the next section of the stage. When I shoot that, my hits are pretty good on the partial exposures that I had. However, my positioning in the box or behind the fault line was less than optimal, and it took me a little bit more time to move around and engage the last target than was really necessary, so I could have cleaned that up there. Alright, so overall, I placed 3rd out of 41 in this competition, despite the procedurals, the no-shoots, just the general sucking on my part shooting this match. So that doesn't really mean anything, and it doesn't really mean anything to me. I guess nobody showed up. I dropped 18 points total, and I was down 23 in penalties. So 20 seconds for the 4 no-shoots, and then the 3 seconds for the procedural. Terrible performance. So overall, this is a huge learning event for me. I learned and identified deficiencies in equipment, in my training in dry fire leading up to the match. My attention to detail, or my lack thereof during the match, divided attention and kind of struggling with talking and smoking and joking and then stepping up and getting my game on when it's time to shoot. Learn more about the rules and procedures of particular to IDPA. I hate to have performed that poorly, and again, I really hate to share that with you guys and let y'all see that. But you learn more through failure, or at least I certainly did. And the lessons I learned and took away from this particular match are invaluable to me, and I'll probably remember these for the rest of my shooting career, and hopefully never make any egregious mistakes like this again. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching me screw the pooch in an IDPA match. I got a bunch more of these things I'm going to put together and get out, so hopefully you guys are enjoying these. Stay tuned, and thanks for watching. Be safe.